Hey guys, we're gonna wait for some people to get here. You can get a tour of my completely messy kitchen. As you can see, I'm sitting in front of the dirty spot. So how's everybody's Friday going? It's nice and rainy here. I'll let you see what my wonderful backyard looks like. It's all messy out there. Hey, there's someone here. How you doing? Whoever you are. So today's video is it's just going to be a short live. Hello, the two of you. I guess we got a couple, or at least a couple people. Yeah, today I'm going to be hey, Whisperer, how you doing? You're driving to Florida? What part of Florida? Like I was saying, I'm going to be unbagging something. It's not an unboxing because I went to the store and bought it myself, so it's just in a bag. Figure it would be funny to do an unbagging instead of an unboxing like a lot of people do. I'll wait to see if a couple more people get on. Hey, how you doing? What part of Florida are you going to? Ah, Panama City. I guess it's kind of nice down where you guys are right now anyway, right? Probably in probably at upper 70s. We actually had a heat wave come through today. Whopping like 65 degrees. Next Tuesday it's supposed to be 70. But tomorrow night we're getting snow. So you gotta love Jersey. Well, luckily the dog's being nice. Either that or he's dead. Let's see. Bailey. Nope, he's alive. So, how's everybody's day going? Getting ready for the weekend? Yeah, you're in the middle of your weird season right now, aren't you? This is kind of like your October. I will be opening it up in a second. It's something from Home Depot. I was hoping that a couple other people would get on before I opened it up. Let's see. For some reason it's showing 0 people, but there's someone commenting that. That's awfully nice. And that's my knife rack over there. Yeah, we have family down in, well, Courtney does. I guess it's my family too. they're all the way down in Port St. Lucie, and it's weird because like there's a couple times during the year I love it when they tell me that it gets cold down there, but you know, it's nothing like Jersey. I mean, we hit negatives. Yeah, I'm still showing nobody. It's probably just my Wi-Fi doesn't do well. I got to look at upgrading my Wi-Fi and my internet. I have to. It's way too slow, and I'm sure it takes a toll on my live streams. But yeah, they're down in Port St. Lucie, and the funny thing is that they'll call and they'll say, "Oh, well, it got cold down here. It's like 42 degrees tonight." And I'm like, "Wow, we have a high of 30." So, but they have probably 1 month in what would be our spring and fall that it just bounces all around. It's crazy. It'll, you know, within a week it'll be 30-40 degree difference. Kind of like we have today. It was 65, and well, I think it was like 60 tonight today, and it's going to be going down to 30 tonight and snowing tomorrow night. So you got to love Jersey. I mean, you have to if you stay here. So, all right, well, I guess I'll get to what this video is about so I don't drag it out too long. As you guys know, I was down at VCG again, I think it was last Friday. So while I was down there, and the reason I was down there was because I won another contest of theirs and I got a gift card. So there's some things that I'll buy, but I wait till either they're really on sale, or sometimes I just never pull the trigger on it because I can't rationalize spending that much money. Or, so, you know, if I get a gift card for Christmas or a birthday or something like that, I, you know, splurge and buy something that I normally wouldn't. So this is kind of one of those things. So, let me turn you guys around so that you can see it. And, they're the flowers that I got for Valentine's Day. You know, most of the time women get them, but Courtney got me, roses for Valentine's Day. Hey, Matt, how you doing? So, since I got the gift card from VCG, you know, I have myself a little present that I wouldn't have actually spent the money on myself. So, one of the things that I've been wanting that I just couldn't rationalize spending the money on. Yeah, Courtney got me flowers. We're not the normal, we're definitely not the normal relationship, and definitely not the normal marriage, I can tell you that. So, what I have in here is something that I wouldn't normally buy. Yeah, I seen that, Rudy. It was kind of funny. I kept playing it on a loop. I sat my phone down with Instagram on, and Courtney looked at me and asked me how many times I was going to play it over and over again. So I got up and went to the bathroom and left it on. Yeah, this is one of them things that I wouldn't have normally spent the money on myself, but because I had a little help with it, I will definitely, I definitely decided to buy it. I hope the lighting's okay in here. You know, I have, you know, my LED light up there, and then I have my other little lights, and then, you know, a little chandelier hanging. So, hopefully I'm not putting up a bunch of shadows on you guys. Yeah, real estate. That was a good video that Eddie and Aubrey did today. I watched that a few minutes ago, right before I logged on. It was kind of funny. I was waiting for you to just randomly pop up somewhere, but you didn't. I like the fact that Aubrey couldn't wait until she got there. Yeah, I liked it too, Matt. It was funny. So I'll show you guys what I got. It was something that I didn't really want to spend the money on myself because I couldn't rationalize it, especially considering I probably won't use it that often, but it's just one of them good things to have. So here you go. Let's see if I can get it out of there. All right, come on. And there we go. I sprung and got myself a multi-tool. Now, mind you, I was sitting there for a while in the store trying to determine which one I wanted to get. I was thinking the Leatherman, but I don't know. Hey, Gear, how you doing? Yeah, it was a good video. Did they also do the editing too, or did they send you the all the video and have you do that? I really like this. I wasn't sure if I wanted to get the Leatherman because I said, you know, how much am I going to use it? But then I'm like, well, you know, every once in a while, you know, when I'm at work, I'm somewhere and I just think, you know what, I wish I had this, or I wish I had that, or I had to climb down a ladder, or if, you know, I'm doing something on the house, I wasn't quite sure what I would use it for. But I'm like, you know what, I'll definitely use it. You know what, I really wanted the Leatherman, Rudy, but I already had a hard enough time deciding if I was going to spend that much money for this. But, you know, thanks to the gift card from VCG, it made it worth it for me. Yeah, that was one of the other big things. And then I was also looking at the Leatherman, and I mean, how much do you really need to carry? The Leatherman had, you know, 16, 17, 18 different things. And I was looking at this and I'm like, all right, it has a knife, has a file, it has screwdrivers. I mean, a bottle and a can opener. I mean, that was the priority. And then it had, you know, the wire cutters, the needle nose pliers, the regular pliers, you know. And the other thing is, it also came with the carry pouch. So, I mean, that was one of the big things. I was also really considering just buying the cheap DeWalt one, just because I didn't think I would really use it that much. But then once I started thinking about it, I was like, you know what? I'll just spring and get the better one. Yeah, you know, when I got there, I'm like, I was just telling Courtney last week, I said, you know what? I need a multi-tool. I know I'll use it, but I couldn't rationalize 50 bucks. And then I got there and I'm like, wow, the Leatherman was like 85 or 90. And I'm like, even on sale, I could not swallow that price. I mean, maybe if I get monetized and I can start doing reviews, maybe it would be worth it. But, you know, I just couldn't do it. Yeah, I really do like the Leatherman. It looked like it would be a little bit more comfortable in the hand. But, you know, this had everything I would need. And like I said, I couldn't rationalize the price, and for as much as I thought I would use it, you know, I figured I would at least definitely have to, you know, start with one, and then if I realized I used it a lot, maybe I could have one for the junk drawer or something, or one to go in like my camping stuff, and then get the other one that I would use every day. So, the only thing, you know, like I said, I wasn't exactly sure, but I really did love the fact that this one came with a pouch, and that was one of the selling features. And, you know, the price, I couldn't see spending double what I paid for this. Yeah, and you know what? Now they're, I mean, depending on which one you get for the Leathermans, I mean, they're upwards of $100 depending on which one you want. So, let me see if I can get this thing out of here one-handed, because you got to cut the safety thing off. So, I'm just going to use my Cobalt lineman pliers, which, by the way, I don't use these for electric at all. I use these to cut nails, screws. I mean, you can see how chewed up they are. These things take a beating. So, let's see if I can get this open and not shoot myself in the face or my dog. So, let's see if I can get underneath there with it. See if that'll stay up. Let's try and do it the easy way. Just go in from the back maybe and just rip it out. Yeah, I mean, the prices are ridiculous on all the multi-tools, regardless of, you know, who makes them. So, and that's one of the reasons why I couldn't pull the trigger on buying one, because they're just ridiculously priced. That's why I love these things. You can cut through anything with them. Well, there's that part of it. Alright, let's cut this now. There we go. Got that off of there. So what are you guys doing on this wonderful Friday? I guess Rudy's having pretty decent weather down there. And we are not having good weather here. It is raining and we're going to be getting snow tomorrow night. So that ought to be fun. So let's see if I can cut this out of here without cutting me. That's something that I am extremely good at doing. Oh, there we go. Scroll back up. What kind of handouts? Well, yeah, Whisperer's driving. Yeah, I feel your pain, Garrett. I think I clocked in 5:30 this morning. That's fine, Whisperer. You know, at least you're here. Thanks for showing up. So, I mean, these are pretty comfortable to use. Yeah, you're 70 degrees. I think we got a little over 60. Hey, Christina, how you doing? I guess Throb's at work, huh? Yeah, these are really nice. They're comfortable, easy to use. So I think I'm going to be quite pleased with these once I get to use them, because they definitely do feel pretty comfortable for being what they are. And you know, they're really, as you can see, I mean, they're nice and smooth. So you know, they're nice and compact once they're folded in. You know, then they come right back out nice and easy. They're pretty easy to do one-handed, even putting them away, and open them up the same way. So I think I'm going to be rather pleased with these. Um, Let me catch up here. Yep, we have Christina and we have Krista Green Beans on. Throb's wife. Or Rob's wife. Yeah, you're right, Gary. They are really comfortable and they feel really sturdy too. I think this is exactly what I was looking for when I was looking to purchase one. So, I mean, these would be great in a tackle box. I think these are the ones that had the coating on them, rather than you can get the same style that is they're black, and they're like $10 cheaper. Oh wow, that'll be real good, gear. That'll be nice to be able to, just be able to flip them out. That's what I used to do with all my old work knives until I got this one. This thing is funny. Everybody that sees it says it's beat up, but I've had this for 5 years. It's real. You can slide the blade out. It has the quick release on it, and then you can just pull it back in, get another blade. It has a 5-blade storage. I can't find these anywhere, so I'm lucky this has held up as long as it has. So it's going to be nice to have something else that I can use. Yeah, I'm hoping they'll last. I mean, especially with the price of them. I mean, I've never spent $50 on a pair of pliers before. Actually, I have spent $50 on a pair of pliers, and that was my my Snap-on diagonal cutters. So, and I use those for about 15 years, cutting screws and nails and everything. Which is what I use my Cobalt Lyman pliers for now. I cut everything with them. If it gets in my way, I use that. So, but yeah, I definitely like these. These are really comfortable. And once I get a little bit of oil on them, they'll work a little bit better too. I like to make sure everything stays well oiled. So, I mean, it's going to prolong the life of them, less wear. So, I'm really pleased with that. And I'm pleased that they have the locks on the handles for everything inside. You did, Krista? Yeah, Rob yelled at me for making him hungry again. Gear wrench tools. I'll have to look into them. Yeah, $50 for 15 years. That's great. I don't care what you bought. That's definitely a good price for anything. I mean, $100 for 15 years would be good. Yeah, Mac tools, I like them. I'm a little bit more partial to my Snap-on. I really do love my Snap-on tools. Yeah, you gotta love autocorrect, don't you? Yeah, so what kind of tools do you prefer, Gear Runner? Because I know Matt prefers whatever feels the best for him and does the job. Is there any specific, like for wrenches or anything like that you prefer? Or is it more so just whatever gets the job done, comfort? I mean, that's one of the reasons that I really love my Snap-on, especially like my breaker bars and stuff like that. And the fact that they'll replace anything. I've had all of them right down to my torque sets all the way back to when I graduated high school. So I've had them for 20 plus years. Now, what do you mean by a K-bar? The only thing I would want that would be K anything around that time period would be a straight pull. But yeah, I mean, I love my tools, and I take time when I buy them. Courtney always gets mad at me and says that I spend too much time. You know what? I don't really mind the Cobalt. I like the handle on the Cobalt pliers. I really do. Especially these. They're rubbery, but they're not like a gummy rubber. It's not like the old Snap ones that used to literally be dipped in rubber on the handles. They're kind of like a textured rubber. And sorry, being up for so long is getting to me. And they're real comfortable. You know what? I have Klein for my electrical stuff. Like wire strippers and stuff like that. Klein and Cobalt, they both have almost the same handles. They might even be made by the same people. I really don't look into them that much. But I like Klein for the electrical stuff. I like Cobalt for pliers. For like open end wrenches, box wrenches, and I even have a set of line wrenches by Snap-on. They're all really comfortable. And I love their breaker bars. They are so comfortable. I've snapped lug nuts with them and everything with no effort at all. My 1/2 inch, my 3/8. I even have a 1/4 inch breaker bar. Why you need a 1/4 inch breaker bar, I have no idea, but I have one. But you know, sometimes you just have that real stubborn, you know, 3/8 or 10 millimeter nut that you have to get off, and sometimes only a 1/4 inch wrench will fit. So, but I think I'm going to be quite pleased with these. So, but they are really, really smooth. I think I'm going to enjoy them. It's going to be part of my EDC. Yeah, you know what? I actually do not own a torque wrench. I own a set of Torx drivers, but not a torque wrench. The one torque wrench I had, I ended up using like a breaker bar, and I snapped. It was free spinning at that point. Yeah, I mean the 10 millimeter. I mean that's half the nuts and bolts on a Toyota. So, yeah, you know what? I like my little 2.5 pound sledgehammer. I love that. Yes, you definitely have to stop and take them bathroom breaks. Oh, you like the kind of tools that Eddie wouldn't steal from you? Yeah, I agree. Luckily, I don't have to worry about Courtney stealing tools, because every time she grabs one, I follow right behind her and do it, because I just don't want to end up having to do it and fix something. It's not that Courtney doesn't know how to do it. It's just that I prefer my methods better. I'm a little OCD when it comes to that. So, well, why would he take your tools out of your car? They're in your car because you need them. You need them to put up signs and, you know, fix little things, tighten up hinges before you show houses, and, you know, and also to fix your car if something happens. Yeah, I really want to get into gunsmithing, especially because of the fact that a lot of the guns I have, they're not that cheap, and I don't want to send them out because most people don't work on the ones I have. And if so, they charge you a premium. Oh no, guys don't put their tools away. Christina, yeah, you don't even try to act like we will. I mean, as it is, unless somebody comes over to my house, I have a pile of tools right behind my front door. So if somebody comes over, I really just put them in the basement walkway. And then when people leave, they come right back out and they go in the living room. And Courtney hates it. She really does. She tries to organize my bag for me and all that, but it doesn't work. I end up dumping it out because every time what I need is at the bottom. Yeah, Garrett, that's the thing. I really want to get into it, but I also don't want to, mess up any of the guns I have. Like I said, to send my guns out, I mean, not many people work on FNs, and if they do work on an FN, they charge you a premium. My CZ, they'll charge you a premium on that. And just because my shotgun is a Benelli, they say, oh, you can afford a Benelli, so yeah, I'm going to charge you out the butt for that. All right, well, you be safe, Whisper. Definitely don't get in any accidents or anything. You got to be safe. You got to make it to your destination, especially sunny Florida. Let me work on getting this pouch out of here. Yeah, they want to work on Glocks, and you know what? I am not a Glock fanboy. I will tell you, though, if you are looking for reliability or like an EDC, I would definitely go with a Glock. Honestly, I would. But I live in Jersey, so my EDC is in the living room. So that doesn't really matter to me. But if I did have a... Hey, Courtney, shouldn't you be working, or are you in the bathroom? Are you hiding in the bathroom watching the live stream? Look. Opened them up. I did an unbagging today. Oh, yeah, I'll definitely be on your live stream tonight, Whisper. Definitely. Yeah, you're in the bathroom. I figured that, Court. No, she's not in the bathroom making a live stream. She's in the bathroom watching my live stream. Yeah, exactly. You're right. The same way with a vet. And they do the same thing with Toyotas. I mean, it costs a fortune. Yeah, Matt, I like Glocks. I mean, I'm not going to say I like Glocks, but I like their reliability. Hey, Gare, are you having a problem with the Gen 5s? I heard the Gen 5s, they were having issues with them for some reason. I forgot what the issue was. All right, Court, I'll see you when you get home. I forgot what it was. I want to say it was a feed ramp issue, maybe. Or maybe it was older magazines not fitting. Or some of the aftermarket magazines not fitting the Gen 5s. But you can't beat a Glock for reliability. You know what? I like the older ones. I really do. But once again, I don't actually like them. I don't like the angle of the hand grip because I've had carpal tunnel surgery already. And my shoulder, since I've had that rebuilt, I've had my elbow redone. So, oh, well, that's good. I heard something was wrong with them, and maybe it was just the initial prototypes that they were having an issue with, and they fixed them. But, unfortunately, I just literally can't get my hand around a Glock. I don't like the feel. The angle is wrong, and that's why I like the like CZSP01. I like my FN. I like the XDM, but their grip is too bulky for what they are. And I also don't like the recoil for the XDs either. My FN has a lot of recoil for what it is. I love 1911s. I like the Kimber Micro 1911s, but if I was going to have a 1911, it would be an original Colt. I would agree with you. Yeah, I live in Jersey, Matt. So yeah, if you get caught buying all the parts to build an AR, they kind of come after you here. So, you know, you got to be careful with the way you build it. And if you do buy the upper or the lower, you have to get it registered. So you can buy everything, but, you know, they're horrible in Jersey. So maybe that's what it was. I thought there might have been something about it. Yeah, Rob's a big fan of SIGs. We were talking about it one night. I love the CZ handguns. There's something about that grip. It's just really comfortable. And that's what I love about my FN is it's still a double stack, even though I can only have 10 in it in Jersey. But, you know, it's not like extremely thick like the XDs are. And for some reason, I don't like the SIG. I just can't. I don't think that the back strap is right for me in the SIGs. I really like the FN. Even the replaceable back strap for the SIGs, I just can't. I can't get behind it for some reason. But they're very reliable. Yeah, Maryland is the same way. Maryland's starting to get to be, it's starting to get to be like New Jersey. Not as bad. At least you can carry in Maryland, correct? You like the SIGs, but they were heavy. And after the P320 drop issues, yeah, you know what? I like the M&P also. They're pretty comfortable. I definitely like the compact better than I like the full size M&Ps. Yeah, I fully agree. I mean, I would love to move to Tennessee or something like that where I could have you know, guns anywhere but in my living room. I mean, at this point, if I try and go out to my wood shop to clean my guns because my dog has a fit about it, you know, if I even walk through my backyard, my neighbors call the cops if they even see a gun. It's ridiculous. And then the cops come out, and even though I'm on my property, I can have a loaded gun, but, you know, because it's in plain view of somebody else, you know, they're like, you're in a gray area. Even though I hear people 3 blocks over shooting each other, you know, but because I'm a law-abiding citizen, you know. Yeah, I mean, Krista, if you can get a carry permit, trust me, I definitely would. Um, you know, but in Jersey, you can't at all. I mean, there's no reason that we shouldn't be able to carry in New Jersey. I mean, look at what they did in Detroit. As soon as they made it possible for concealed carry in Detroit, it dropped, I think it was like 12 or 14% in the violent crimes, just because you didn't know if somebody else had a gun. So, yes, I would love to get a FNS 2000. And yes, Krista, that is a bummer. I like the Tavor, but they're not comfortable for me. I like the 2000 better. Yeah, you know what? I've heard that about the Tavor, and also the Tavor, the good thing about them is they'll accept almost any AR mag. Am I correct? And the FN, you have to buy just FN because, you know, once again, they're a specialty gun. So, Yeah, here you can't even get a handgun permit till you're a handgun purchase permit until you're 21, and that even takes 6 to 10 weeks. They tell you that in the state of New Jersey it takes 6 weeks, but hardly anybody gets them within 6 weeks. If you have too many traffic tickets, they'll drag your feet. So, you know what? I have shot like full Tech 9s, and I've even shot a fully automatic Glock GS18, and they're fun. But you know, I have my guns for, which will soon to be, hunting and you know, just personal protection. So you know, New Jersey feels as though if you need that much protection in your house, you know, keep it in your house. They don't feel like you need it, even though I live in one of the worst towns in New Jersey. They still won't allow me to have a carry permit, even though I'm out in the middle of the night when all the other bad people are. So, you know, I mean, in New Jersey you have Camden, that is a pretty bad area. You have Trenton, that's a pretty bad area. I mean, I'm not knocking anybody that lives there. It's just that's where the crime rates are. And lately, my town, Burlington, has been getting pretty bad. Last year, I think we had 12 or 14 murders, and I heard almost every one of them. Do you have FN will use any metal mag? Yeah, they won't be able to use any of the what are they, P mags or anything like that, because they kind of get hung up because of the weight of them, all the plastic ones. Yeah. Yeah, Krista, I do need to move, but unfortunately, because my wife makes, she's the breadwinner in the family, I kind of got to stay around her job. We will be moving shortly, but I need to stay local to my mom. My mom's not in the best health, so I got to stay local to her just in case she needs me. Yeah, we'll stay safe. You know, the main thing is, you know, you knock on my door and I say, who is it? Just don't open the door. You know, make sure you're invited to my house. Because we've had the cops run through our backyard chasing people. We've had people hide in the neighbor's backyard. I mean, it's, you know, and my backyard isn't that big. I'll show you how big my backyard is. Now, this is my whole backyard. So for them to have to, you know, chase somebody through here kind of sucks. So yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, I heard that they are a little, a few people I know kind of sanded them down a little bit to make them work good. So, yeah, it is insane, Krista. I mean, we've had, I mean, the people that we have around here aren't really the most responsible people either. I mean, I've come out to people, you know, peeing down the side of my truck, and, you know, across the street from my house, there's 3 baseball fields and a basketball court, and you find needles and bags there all the time. I can't even take my dog over there. I got to take him to a dog park or something if I want to let him run, because it's just not safe for him over there anymore. Rudy, I actually have a 12 gauge. That's my Benelli. I have a 28-inch barrel for it. So, and right now, since in Jersey, you know, they don't really like you using slugs to even shoot. They like you to use buckshot. For the shotgun, if you want to use a slug, you have to have a scope on it in New Jersey. So the next best thing for me for home defense, everybody says, oh, use buckshot. Nah, I got 3.5-inch Magnum turkey loads in mine. So I don't have to worry about that. So since I can use anything from 1.5-inch shells to 3.5-inch, I just put a 3.5-inch Magnum load in there. That'll do the job every time. Who is SOE? Is that short for something? Because I actually haven't been shooting much because of my shoulder and everything. Oh yeah, be careful with them 4-letter words, Rudy. I'll see you later. I'll talk to you on Instagram later. Yeah, turkey loads are, especially when it's a 3.5-inch shell. I mean, they're rough. They definitely put a hurting on you. All you gotta do is just hold it tight and you'll be fine. That's kind of, a lot of people keep saying, oh, well, you know, slugs are brutal. Slugs are brutal. You know what? Shoot a turkey load and shoot a slug. I guarantee you, you'll be happy to shoot the slugs. Oh, I'm going to have to look them up, Matt. Yeah, right. We can't pump our own gas. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to look into them. Because currently I don't have any holsters or anything because I don't need them. You know, if, you know, something starts happening around the neighborhood, you can normally tell because the cops go crazy. You know, I just sit it on the end table. You know. Oh yeah, congratulations on that, gear. I see that you're back on, what is it, 3 or 4 days, probably 5 days now. You're back to your diet again. Am I correct? Yeah, that is awesome. I mean, I need to lose some weight, but I am just way too lazy to lose it, seriously. And I like eating food. I heard they were really good. Yep. Mainly for the... Sorry about that, guys. Yep, I'm back. Yeah, you lost 6 pounds this week. Congrats. You had what, about you wanted to lose about another 20 or 25, am I correct? I'm just way too lazy to do anything like that. I'm with Krista. I like food way too much. Well, you should be there in no time, but I guess you just got rid of your water now, right? And now you actually have to start losing what matters. My wife has struggled with dieting her whole life, so I know what it's like. The worst part is everything I cook is not good for her, so every day she takes a salad to lunch so she can eat my food at night. No, Matt, I'm really not. Believe it or not, I'm over 200 now. I'm 5'10", about I think 202 when I got on the scale today. I'm just getting too old and I'm, you know, breaking down, so I want to take some of the weight off so that I don't feel all the achy bones and joints anymore. It's just trying to make my life a little bit easier. You know, you don't get any younger. You know what? He didn't look 240 in the video today. Yeah, middle age spread. Yeah, I'm definitely starting to get there. I'm only 5'10" also, but 5'10", 5'10" and a half. I didn't think he. I didn't think he looked that heavy. Um, I'm a I'm a 30 anywhere. I'm actually a 37, but unlike most men, I mean most girls, we don't have every size, so I have to wear 38s. Wow, that's impressive. Congratulations, Gear. Oh yeah, mine's in my belly too. It's more like it's in my beer belly. So, well, yeah, you had that surgery. You had a couple surgeries, didn't you, Krista? Yeah, I'm a 30. I'm like a 37 waist, but you have to buy a 38 because the 36s um don't fit, and the 38s, they're a little loose, but you just wear a belt. Sorry to hear that. You had discs fused, am I correct? 2 years ago, I had my Mora 39. Yeah. So he's going the opposite way. He's wearing a 39, a 38 to fit his 39. I'm wearing a 38 to fit my 37. um, yeah, that's a shame, Krista. I mean, they keep telling me that they want to do that to me too. Um, I have way too many, way too many disc issues. I've been to multiple places to look at it, and they basically said you have a lot of little problems giving you a big issue, and they tell me they were like, oh, 50-50, maybe 60-40. I'm like, no, give me 80-20 and I might consider it. But my shoulder, they were like, yeah, we can go in, we can fix it, no big deal. Oh, thank you, Gare. That would be greatly appreciated. My elbow, they said, this is what you'll have. My carpal tunnel, this is what I'll give you. And every one of my issues were fine. I'm actually going to find out Monday if I have to have my left shoulder redone now. So, yeah, I've been kind of on a surgery kick lately to try and get myself back to normal. Yeah, you know what? And luckily, the doctors that I went to, Krista, all said the same thing. I told them, if you can't give me at least 80-20, I'm not even going to consider it. I'm not even going to listen to surgery talk. All my other surgeons for my carpal tunnel, cubital tunnel, and my shoulder, they all told me the same thing. That, if we do this, you're going to be better off with this, but you are going to be limited with that. And rather than being in pain every day, I decided to go with it. I mean, this arm, I can reach over my head now. I couldn't do that for years. And I'm starting to get the clicking and the grinding in my left arm now. So I definitely have to get that fixed before I get to the point that I was in this shoulder. I just have to stop procrastinating and, Oh, sorry to hear that, Matt. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I'm going through that now. That's why I'm kind of a little bit hunchback now, because I can't stand up straight because of my back. Um, I take, my breakfast is normally a handful of meds every day. Uh, just because You know, I take the fish oils to help because I lost cartilage. I have one, I have two permanently displaced discs. I have one that is partially drained. My neck sounds like marbles. I mean, it sounds like rock, like you're just have rocks in your hands. But you know, you get up, you do what you got to do, and you keep going. When I can't get up anymore, that's when I'll do something. Oh, well, that's good to hear, Matt. I'm glad it came back for you. Actually, Tramadol doesn't really work for me. They gave it to me, but it bothers my stomach because I have stomach issues also. For a while, they thought I was celiac, but come to find out, I was just allergic to pork. Even though I still eat it, I just make sure I stay close to home. I occasionally get polyps from diverticulitis. So, you know, I have to take stuff from my stomach, and then my high blood pressure, you know, because I live in Jersey. The Tramadol bothers my stomach, so right now they have me on naproxen. I take that twice a day because the other anti-inflammatory I was on was an issue. It was starting to affect my kidney function. Yes. Yeah, IBS is no joke. You know, you don't eat anywhere that's not your house. You know, when you go anywhere, you just drink water. And if you drink too much of it, it affects it. It's horrible. You know, I take fish oils to help with my joint pain that I have, and that does wonders for me. Yeah, Matt, I don't do that. I actually take Percocet 4 times a day. So, and when I get home, it's my third Percocet, and I normally take that with a beer. That covers me over until I go to bed. And then if things get to be too bad, then I can take my cyclobenzaprine, which they're all no good for you. But I can get up. Yeah, I'll get back to you on that, gear. Definitely. Yeah, I don't even think I've ever used YouTube Messenger, so I wouldn't even know how to use it anyway. Yeah, yeah, you have to pack the food for you when you go anywhere. Whisper, it's bad. It's like me. Courtney says, "Oh, do you want to go out and have a picnic?" I'm like, "Well, what are we going to take?" For the most part, I mean, I don't know if you guys I know a few of you has watched my Brussels sprout video, but basically my diet is protein and carbs. That's all I eat. I don't eat many vegetables. Me and green things do not get along. I don't digest greens hardly at all. It really sucks because I like a bunch of greens, but Gare, I actually heard that neck surgeries are getting to be they're doing pretty well on neck surgeries. It's the backs that they can't really get up on right now. Yeah, nerve pain really sucks because it's not consistent. Hey Justin, how you doing? Courtney's at work. She actually checked in earlier. Yeah, I don't like nerve pain. That's kind of what I'm going through in my hand right now, because I don't know if you guys can see it, but you see that huge lump right there? That huge lump, I can actually move it around. That's a huge cyst that's connected to my tendon and my nerve. So if I move it the wrong way, my hands go all crazy and everything. And I work with my hands all day long, so it really sucks. Let me go back here. Oh, well, thanks for your service, Matt. Definitely. Yeah, it's rough. I mean, any jolt that you have on your body is brutal. Yeah, as soon as you use a word like paralysis, I mean, they said the same thing to me. They said, oh, it could work or it could definitely not work. I'm like, well, what's definitely not work? And they said, oh, well, you could be paralyzed. I'm like, nope, get out of bed. Yeah, I've heard of Neurontin. But the only problem is certain nerve pain medications, they do have a problem with my blood pressure pill. Oh yeah, well, being a medic is good because you have that sense of well-being at the end of the day, and you know everybody else's sense of well-being, and you feel like you actually accomplished something and you feel good about what you did that day. But yeah, as soon as you come back, and I mean, politics are everywhere. I mean, we all hate them. My blood pressure pill, I've been on the same blood pressure pill now for about 6 years, but before that it took 28 different pills to get one that worked for me. And a lot of the neurological meds, I also have another issue. I have neocardiogenic syncope, which basically means my body overreacts to stressful situations. Most people, when you're stressed out, your blood pressure goes up, and then your body gradually lowers it because it releases the hormones, be it the dopamine or the serotonin or whichever one it is that lowers it. It releases it and gradually releases more until it works. My body says, oh crap, and it, boom, releases all of it, and it drops my blood pressure low to the point to where I black out and I become non-responsive. So that's always fun, you know, but I can feel it coming on. So, yeah, I kind of have the same issue, Whisperer. I start to feel nauseous, and then my neck gets a little bit clammy, and then I have probably about 30 seconds before I'm on the floor. But I did figure out a trick of what I can do, and that is when I start, I can feel it coming on. I have about a minute. I can do something that spikes my blood pressure, and for me, that is eating something very salty. So I actually carry around powdered bouillon cubes. So I take a handful of that, it spikes my blood pressure, so when it overcompensates, it brings me back down to a little above normal. So it's funny, in my truck right now, I have 4 ounces of powdered bouillon. But it works, and it's just what I have to do. The nerve pain for pins and needles in your arm, no meds will work. You've been taking natural herbs and it helps a lot. Justin, the one thing that could be is one thing that I've had done. I had cubital tunnel done. It's basically like carpal tunnel, and right here they basically open up the tunnel like they do for carpal tunnel. They do it in your elbow. It's essentially your funny bone. That's why when you bump your elbow, you... Okay, here I am. I'm back. It's basically when you bump your funny bone, that nerve that goes up and your fingers tingle, it's probably your ring finger and your pinky. Those 2 fingers are attached to your I want to say your ulnar nerve. So there's actually 3 different things they can do. They can open up your cubital tunnel, or they can do a complete transposition and move that nerve all the way over to the front of your elbow, or they can do a partial transposition and put it through your muscle. Luckily, when they went in to do mine, all they had to do was open up the cubital tunnel, and that made a huge difference. My arm stopped going numb at night and everything, so that made a huge difference for me. I have feeling back in my hands and everything. Yeah, I'd like to know what natural herbs you take for that too, because there's a lot of people that have nerve issues. I mean, some of them might be location specific that would work. So, I mean, it might be helpful to anybody else that'll be on here. Yeah, you know what, Matt? Mine does too, and it's amazing. Yesterday it was damp and it wasn't that bad, and right now it's raining and it's terrible. But then again, it's almost pill 30. So I normally get out of work between 4:30 and 5 o'clock, so it's coming up on it. Yeah, Justin, it's amazing how much little things like that. I mean, it's a surgery. It's not a little thing, but it's not huge. It was night and day. I felt so much better straight out of surgery. I've had both my carpal tunnel done. I've had my cubital tunnel in my right arm, which they thought that I was going to have a transposition, but luckily I didn't. So that was a quick fix. I've had rotator cuff, labrum, and my bicep disconnected and re-anchored all in one surgery, because they said that they were going to go in and do a debridement, which is basically, wear and tear. You get like little fibrous fingers that hang off, and contacts bother me. They were supposed to just go in and take off them little frilly bits of my rotator cuff and my labrum. And my surgeon said, yeah, when I got in there, I realized why you said you were in pain and why you felt like you needed to be out of work. It didn't show up on any of the MRIs, the x-rays, or anything. He said, going by what you tell me, I did not see that in any of the imaging. And he said, yeah, when I got in there, your shoulder was a wreck. Yeah, BioFreeze is definitely really good. I haven't used the spray, but I get a off-brand BioFreeze. I forgot what the name of it is, because between me and Courtney, we go through it ridiculous. But yeah, BioFreeze is really good. It's probably one of the longest lasting like cold pack type things that you can get. It's almost like having an ice pack on for about an hour. And that helps me a lot, being able to get to sleep at night. If my shoulders bother me or whatever's bothering me, I put it on. And after about 10 minutes, it kind of takes away a lot of it and lets you fall right to sleep. It was one of the miracle things that they gave me when I was going through therapy with my not only my shoulder, but also my back. It works great for your lower back, at least for me. I would say it would work good for my upper back. I use it a lot on like my trap muscles, because of my back being an issue. I'm constantly like this all day to try and stay stretched out. So it works really well up. I use it on the muscles up there because they're just so tense. But you know, you have to do what you have to do to get through the day. So, well, hopefully what Justin uses, the white willow bark, and APS, hopefully that'll work for somebody. Now, hops. Are you talking about hops as in beer? Yeah, there's a lot of different herbal nerve things. Yeah, the V one. Yeah, I've heard of that. That's more of like a anti-shake nerve type thing. And there is also another root that helps with that. I forgot the name of it. Yeah, I like hops. I like all kinds of hops. I have them on a normal basis. Oh, do you have them little BioFreeze packets at your work gear? Because my wife had them at her job, and she was like, "Oh, look what we have." You know, it's in that like little thing where you can get like the aspirin and all that. Yeah, that's good. It's nice that a lot of jobs are starting to do stuff like that. Especially considering my wife's in customer service, she sits all day. So, you know, same thing, her neck from trying to sit up straight all day and her lower back. Definitely. I love that jobs are starting to do stuff like that now. A lot of jobs used to do it. They used to have like the little like medicine packs and everything, and a lot of them stopped for years. And now they're finally starting to come back and kind of appreciate their employees a little bit more, at least with common known issues that they have. So, Gary, if you don't mind me asking, what kind of work do you do? I guess you work for John Deere. Or you did at one point. Yeah, I was oh, good. Congratulations on the degrees. I've been the foreman of a machine shop for about 11 years now for a die cutting company. And so, you know, we cut a lot of different rubber and like cork board and like foam sponge, that kind of stuff. We cut a lot of intumescent material, which is fire barrier stuff, fire stop material. So, yeah, I know it gets to be brutal. Oh, well, you know, and that's good that they appreciate you, that they'll allow you to do it. That's good. A lot of places won't, nowadays, a lot of places won't move you up if you don't have the degrees. But a lot of them will also give you the option to get that. Hey, Justin, it sounds like you take a multivitamin. Almost all those are in Centrum. Yeah, a lot of places don't appreciate their employees anymore. Um, I, I said that I am slash was the foreman, but that's a shame that you got to pay the 100%. But are they going to give you the time off that you need for your classes and at least allow you to do what you have to do? I was in a situation where I didn't have the backing that I wanted at my job. So I actually stepped down. And then I found another job that ended up falling through, which is another whole fiasco. And then I found out the guy that I guess you could say I appointed to take my place, since he had less seniority than the other guy decided to get his panties in a bunch and quit, which left the guy that I appointed by himself. So me being the nice guy, I went back. Luckily, the other job fell through. So. Oh, they will. Sorry, I didn't see they. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad to see that they respect their employee enough to be able to pay or give the time off. I mean, a lot of places would say, "Oh, just do it at night. You have a schedule here. That's your priority." A lot of places don't, unless it's going to benefit them vastly in the future. They really don't care. Unless you're with a really good company, which it sounds like you are, Gear. That's good. I'm happy for you. I am not. My job won't pay for anything. If I wanted to go to school, they would let me have the time off as long as it didn't affect the job getting done. So, but all right, guys. Oh, Tennessee has a program for associate's degree for free. That's nice. Bailey, come. Good boy, you got it. Sorry for my dog. Yeah, the wind blew. Go figure. Yeah, New Jersey has nothing like that. They even limit your disability. Unemployment, it's basically worthless. By the time you get on unemployment, they're already starting to kick you off by the time you get your first check. So, yeah, it's kind of rough. But I will tell you, if you live in New Jersey, you will make it in any other state. But all right, guys, I'm going to get off. Thank you for joining me. I'll be doing some more live streams in the future. No, I actually do pump gas. All right, see you, Whisper. See you, Krista. Yeah, I do pump my gas just because there's a lot of incompetent people that pump gas around here, so I do it because I love my truck. That's my baby. I'd hate to get in trouble for smacking somebody around for dripping gas down the side of my truck. It would be worth it, though. But yeah, I'm going to get off, and I'll see a few of you guys later. Thank you, Matt. Which I do know that all you guys have already subscribed, and it looks like every one of you guys have liked already. So I will be doing a bunch more videos in the future, and more live streams. Because I want to be a little bit more interactive with you guys. I want to try and set a date that, not actually a date, but a specific day of the week that would work for a lot of people, to basically just sit down and talk to you guys and BS and get to know you a little bit better, and see if I can help you guys out with anything on my channel. So if you guys have any oh, you got that console safe, Gear? I was considering it, but it would be useless in Jersey. I mean, what am I going to put in there? What? My knife? I can carry that, as long as it's not longer than 4 inches. Yeah. So, I look forward to seeing it. And, like I said, guys, I'm going to be putting out a little bit more content. The last week and a half has been hectic for me. You know, with all my doctor's appointments and stuff like that. And I want to be able to spend a little bit more time with you guys to get to know you and, you know, see what you guys expect out of my channel. And then that way I can, you know, cater to what you guys want, be it making food or I would say mods to my truck, but that really isn't going to happen. Courtney would kill me if I said that. Oh yeah, I don't think we can here. So yeah, I don't think switchblades are friendly around here. So I mean, if you have a box cutter and you get pulled over, they'll search and they'll throw it on the hood of your car. So maybe it's just because I live in the bad part of town. I don't know if they're illegal, but I really don't want to get caught with one because they frown upon you having a screwdriver in the back seat. If it's too long, they'll consider it a weapon. God forbid if you have a tire iron or something like that back there. So, thank you for showing up, guys. And I'll see you guys later. Like I said, I'm going to start doing some more live streams to get to know what you guys expect out of my channel. And hopefully I can come through with it. And don't forget, like and subscribe if you haven't already, which I think all you guys have. So, hope you guys have a good day. And I'll see a few of you later on tonight. All right, good night, guys.